Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm digging through my vanity because we've got a live demo today and we need to get our bronze on because it is, I think, quite possibly going to be spring here in a second. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking it's going to happen. Please tell me it's going to happen. All right, I'm looking at my lighting here. What looks best? That looks weird. Let's do this one. Okay, are you ready? Good morning. We gotta start always top down on our makeup. So brows first. Oh, I can't open my brow kit. There we go. I don't know why that was so difficult. But this brow kit, guys, you know it because you have one. It is life. It is amazing. So let's do it. And I was looking back at, I got my brows tattooed. Has it been 6 months? Something like that. I can look back in my videos and I love them so much. And then when I started using the brow kit, it stepped it up a notch even more. So the look. So I'm going to get right into this. Tell me you're here. Tell me what you're excited about with this bronze look. And I am going to give you season tips as we go. Because the essential look is going to be similar, but there's going to be things that if you're an autumn or a spring or a summer or a winter that you can do. See how that just cleans it up beautifully and fills it in just a little bit more? And I'm using the dark brunette brow kit. Highly recommend snagging one before they sell out and you can't get them ever again. And you will be so sad. I will be so sad because I'm going to hoard some. And you cannot have them from me because I will hoard them because I love them. So that's the pomade. There's just a little bit of powder. You guys that are just meticulous on your brows, I'm sure are like, oh my gosh, she is not spending enough time on them. I am not meticulous on my brows, which is why I love them tattooed on because I just have to spend even less time on that. I want, this is me. This is me in a nutshell. I want everything perfect and I want everything amazing. I want everything excellent. Actually, I don't care about perfect. I care about excellent. I care about the best. Yet I don't really want to spend time on any of it. There's me right there. Okay, for our bronze eyes, let's really get into how we're going to create this beautiful synergistic look with bronze. I think it would be tempting to just put a whole bunch of shimmer bronze on it and call it a bronze eye and that's it. But we're not going to do that. We want nuanced, we want texture, we want things to be eclectic, right? That is how our approach to makeup is. So we want to make sure that where we put our shimmer and our matte and our light and our dark, that there is variation there. It's not just one brown glitter ball on your eyes. That's just not it. That's just not it. So I'm going to do biscotti right underneath the brows. Not dark, not like you're wearing, it's 2003 and you've been tanning and you've got the white eye goggle look. That's not the look we have. We're just very, very subtle. Now, your inside eye, which is step number 2, we want that light and we are going to use a little bit of shine here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my biscotti, which is my matte light color, but I'm going to also put a little bit of rose gold in it, which is my light shimmer. And I'm going to come here on the inside corner and I am really going to pile it on. And I like to mix a little bit of that matte light because then I can get it a little bit lighter, which is good, but it's not going to cost me in frosty shimmery, which is not good. So that perfect mixture is what you get when you put that light matte shimmer with that light. See, and it's light, but it's not the lightest. It's not crystalline or moonstone, which are frosty light. No bueno. No bueno on the frosty light. You have to be very, very, very fair in order to really make that look work. And not many people are. This one is much more wearable. So I switch my brushes to my little eye smudge brush and I want right, you can see that, I'll get closer here, right underneath right on this inside of your eye. Light and shimmery. So that's biscotti mixed with rose gold. Moonstone is also pretty good if you're doing like a gray smoky look, which is definitely much more my coloring. I love smoky quartz in there. That's a really nice one. Yeah, gold status is really pretty, and you can mix that with biscotti also. I think that's a fun one. Okay, now let's go back to a matte. We're just going to keep vacillating between our shimmer and our mattes. So if you are more on the lighter side, you're going to be able to get away with hazelnut right through here, or if you want just a super subtle look. So this is just hazelnut by itself, right in that, above that crease area, right on that brow bone or the hood, right through there. So if you want something light or you are fairer, that hazelnut is going to be perfect. I want something a little bit more love. So I'm going to take a little bit of hazelnut and I'm going to mix it with mahogany. Now, if I was warm, if I was a spring or an autumn, I could mix it with cinnabar and I would get a really nice warm brown, but I am a cool. I'm a summer. So I am going to mix it with mahogany, which is a nice dark color, dark matte. But since I'm mixing it with hazelnut, it's going to give me a really pretty medium brown matte color that doesn't go against my coloring. And makeup, guys, like, who's into the seasons? Give me a shout here if you're just really into the seasons like I am. And most of the time when you get your colors done, they spend all the time talking about clothing, which is absolutely important. But what's closer to your face, your shirt or makeup? The correct answer is makeup. If you're going off palette here on your shirt and your clothing, you can go on palette on makeup and really make that work. Makeup is so much more important. I shouldn't say much more important, but it's incredibly important if you want to look your very, very, very best and be confident and streamlined in it. Know your season, because that right there, the makeup is everything. It's so much simpler. Like now that I love, or that I know that I'm a summer, I'm like, oh my gosh, my colors got a lot smaller. Like I don't get as many colors as I thought I did, but it's so much easier to put my makeup on. I'm like, well, I've got like 4 different looks that I can wear and then I can mix and match, but that's just pretty much four different looks. So it's so much more fun when you know your seasons, and you then you can really tailor your makeup. I'm working on some resources right now to really fine tune makeup looks and seasons. So it's just, if you're not like me and you want to learn and grow and develop and all of that, not everybody is like that when it comes to seasons. I'm not like that with most things. But I am with seasons, and so I want to give you some resources that can really help if you're just not going to do the research. And I totally get it, because it sounds like me. Okay, now let's go back. Let's last into the accent. Now, got some options here. If you're warm, I love the rustic for you. If you're cool, I love the burnished bronze. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix it with espresso. I see all the comments about learning seasons. Guys, go learn your season. That there's so many things out there that can help you do that. If that's something that's important to you, it was important to me. So I had to go research, and I had to go do my thing, and I had to go get knowledge. And that is exactly what you do. And that's why they pay me the big bucks, is because I get to love all of that and do all of that. Now, I kept all of that in the outer half of my eye. So you can see that like halfway, I did the espresso mixed with burnished bronze, and then I made it into kind of a darker corner right out through here. And that's the look. So if you're warm, rustic mixed with espresso. If you want it a little bit darker, you can just do rustic. You can just do burnished bronze. You can just do espresso. But I think with this bronzy look, you do want a little bit of a shimmer. So I mixed that espresso and burnished bronze together. I think that's the perfect combination for me. Okay, what resources would you recommend? If you are a consultant and you want to get better, first you got to get analyzed for yourself. Miranda Rains, I recommend her every single time we talk about this. She is a great person for you. Now, if you're my customer, I will do that. And if you're local, it's easier. But if you're my customer, DM me and then we can figure that out. But if you're a consultant, Miranda Rains is perfect for that. She is excellent. I've worked with her a couple times on things. And this is brown eyeliner, by the way. Highly recommend brown with this bronzy look. You don't want black because that's going to just take away from the softness and the subtleness. Even if you're a winter, and winters, you guys are the only ones that get black eyeliner. So that's a shame for the rest of us. Even winters, I would stay away from black. On this look, I would do brown. Or if you have copper, that was a limited edition eyeliner. And then I'm putting espresso on the top because I like that soft, smudgy eye instead of a hard eyeliner line. And then I also, once I knew my season, then I went into studying and I just YouTube videos. Yes, Jenny, she does virtual. That's why I don't do virtual as much as I do color draping in person. So yeah, she's your person for virtual. Okay, espresso on the top. But once you know your season and if you want to study on how to help other people, that's a totally different conversation. And Google is your friend. Google is your friend. There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos and kits you can buy, and you can just start getting to work. I'm doing burnished bronze underneath. Yes, I always set my liner with shadow, and this one was espresso. Espresso on the top, and then burnished bronze on the bottom. Remember, if you separate that, and if you do a darker on top and a lighter on bottom, then you can really make your eyes look a little bit bigger. Now this bronzy eye is going to look fantastic on everybody, but there are a couple of people that it's going to look even better on, and that are my light-eyed girls. My blue-eyed girls, my green-eyed girls, especially my blue-eyed girls. Like, this is our jam right here. Because anything that goes opposite color wheel is going to pull out that color. So the opposite of blue is brown. So that's why it's really going to make blue eyes bluer. The opposite of green is purple and hazel. Hazel kind of, you can get to pick if you want to pull more green or more brown or things like that. So you can kind of pick whatever you want on that. And then my brown-eyed girls, this is going to be beautiful on you, but if you really want it to pop, then blue is your very best color. Isn't that crazy? But if you do this, don't just do basic browns. Like, put shiny penny in there, put, give it really some texture and dimension with your rustic and your burnished bronze, your gold status, things like that. Okay, make sure you curl your eyelashes. Okay, you know that I am loving this new Great Heights mascara. It is so pretty. And it's soft, and it's great for people with sensitive eyes. And it's great for people who just want length. No clumping, soft. Okay. There. And if you want to, the 3 coats is the magic. 3 coats, and the stat is that you will get 74% lot more length in your lashes than none. So, when I put my outer corner, yes, burnished bronze mixed with espresso in my outer corner. And then we're going to do CC cream, get into the flawless face. I know there's probably nobody out there that doesn't use our CC cream because it really is the best. But it is moisturizer, sunscreen, foundation, and concealer, and primer in one step. So you can use foundation primer. I know some of you guys love our foundation primer. I just happen to love CC cream. I love it because it does so many things at one time. Not only do I get the primer of it, I get the glow, the protection, and a little bit more coverage than without. And I get a product that is multitasking. So I'm not going to wear a full liquid foundation all the time, right? That's not what you guys are doing either. You're doing, you know, most of the time CC cream. That's what I wear at the gym and the grocery store, and, you know, just a little bit of that protection step. So that's why you got to have options. We all want options, right? So now I've got my Time Wise matte foundation that I'm going to go over the top with. And I'm not looking for cakey coverage. It's not my jam. I'm looking for soft, even skin tone that looks like it's airbrushed, but it feels like you have nothing on your face. This is not a foundation that you're going to feel thick and heavy and you're going to smell like the makeup department. Our makeup, our skincare does not have fragrance in it, guys. Oh, and speaking of somebody who is unbelievably allergic to fragrance, that is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But I'm not going to tell you about my problems, but that is one of my problems. I would die if my product had any kind of fragrance in it. I cannot handle anything. Just ask all my friends I'm around. I'm like, please don't wear perfume if you're going to be next to me. Don't put body lotion on. Don't put like nothing. It's crazy. Instantaneous headache. So I don't want to smell like makeup. I don't want to, you know, have that. I want to smell like me. Well, maybe, yeah. I want to smell like me. So this is just a skin foundation with nothing extra in it. Okay. Now, my favorite part of my whole face, under eye corrector. I'm just going to put a little smudgety on the back of my hand. I'm going to grab my concealer eye cream brush. I'm going to mix a little bit with the leftover foundation that I've got on the back of my hand, which makes it the perfect color. And it makes it, because that's an anti-aging foundation, it's a skin foundation, it's not going to sit and clump up underneath my eyes and my creases and my wrinkles. It's going to be pretty and soft and smooth. There's the eye lift. Did you catch it? Right here, that's the darkest place of your whole face. You can see that side. See how dark that is right through there? We're going to brighten that up. Underneath the eyeliner, swoop to the end of your eyebrow. And then even it out. Do you see? Look at the, this is my favorite part. Look right at my face. Do you see how this side of my face looks like it's been pulled up right there? My cheekbone looks higher. This looks soft and smooth and bright. And all that is a touch of concealer. I'm not even, that both sides, and I'm not even used all of that I put in there. And a touch of foundation. It does not take much. Less is more. You don't want to be heavy and thick and cakey right through there. It's just going to make you look older. You think you're covering up, but really it's settling. So brighten up that. I'm going to go down into my little laugh lines right through there. We're going to optically pull those up. I'm going to go right through the middle of my nose. So let me do right above the eyebrows, giving that a little lift. And you can do it right in your Cupid's bow. Right there. Okay. That is your highlighting and under eye correcting. We just did all of that at the same time. And then we're going to do a little bit of silky setting powder. Now remember, these run really, really dark. So don't get the one that's as dark as you think you should. I'm using light beige, and I'm a beige 200 foundation. A little bit of setting your makeup, controlling your oil, and just a touch of coverage. But it's not in a thick, powdery way, like a mineral powder. You don't want mineral powder. Like that is thick and heavy and makes you look powdery. Powdery equals old. as a general rule of thumb. Dewy looks young as a general rule of thumb. The trend right now, which I love, is like an in-between. It's like a satin skin. That's what the trend is right now. Thank goodness, because overly dewy is just goopy. And then overly dry is just old and creasy. And so what we're seeing right now is that in-between, which is hallelujah. It's a little bit of both. It's matte, but it's not heavy matte. It's a matte with kind of a glow underneath it. And I think this Flawless Face set that I just showed you is the perfect way to achieve that. So you will love it. Okay, now here's where we get into some really specific season work. If you are in autumn, you can contour. So you can use latte or cocoa. If you're one of my bronze girls, you can use that to contour. If you are a winter, a spring, or a summer, contour is not our best friend because we are not warm and glowy. We're trying to be, right? We got a little bit bronzy eye, but we can't go against palette. So what we want to do is we want to contour. And for contouring, you can take like wineberry if you're a winter. I use desert rose as a summer. Springs, you can do like a hot coral or a juicy peach in there. And what I want you to do is where you would contour, which is right as that cheekbone goes underneath and around your hairline, right underneath that cheekbone, not too far down, jawline, right through there. I'm giving myself a little bit of, you can see where it defines my bones a little bit, and it does it in a way that doesn't make me look dirty. Because if I start putting bronzer on and contour on, I'm gonna look dirty. Now my autumns, this is where I'm like, oh, to be an autumn. Like you guys get bronzer and contour and highlighter and all of those things. So by all means, what I just did with my cheek color, you do it with your contour. And then above top in your cheek color, you can do bronzer there. I am going to do Rosy Nude. Now, if you are a spring or a winter, get on with your bad self with highlighter. Go for it. Get it. You guys earned it. Summers, still no fun. We don't get either one. Shimmer is not, it's not really us. We are, the best description I've ever heard of a summer is we are moonlight. So think about moonlight when you think about your makeup. Not a lot of shimmer going on. Not a lot of warmth going on. We kind of have a gray cast to us. But my autumns and my springs, warm is your middle name. Warm and glowy and bright. Like springs, you get all the bright fun. And then winters, you guys just get crisp and contrast. And what would look harsh on other people looks incredible on you because of your contrast level. So rock it out. Rock it out. So there, I've got my favorite. I really wear Rosy Nude and Desert Rose as a summer the most of the time. I think those are the prettiest. Okay, now lips. Before I do I'll do summer at the end, which is mine. But let's do springs. Springs, you want a brighter lip. Tendency with springs is that they look better in a brighter lip and a softer eye. And this is going to be perfect for you. So take this warm brown that we've got here and do like Poppy Please on your lips, or like Sunset Peach, or something that is coral and warm. Be perfect. Autumns, you are kind of the only people that get more of that brownish bronzy lip, and so like Copper Aura lip gloss on you, Tawny Nude or Mauve Nude lip liner, I think is super beautiful. Winters, rock out the lip. This is where, and so autumns, they're just kind of muted and brown and glowy and bronzy and, you know, all the things. Winters, you want to do high contrast. So you can put a red lip with this and it would look phenomenal. Or like a powerful pink, or I love very raspberry. Summers can wear very raspberry too, but like really pop a lip. So do all of that. Now, summers, we have lots of options. Don't think we don't. This one just happens to be my favorite. This is Rose Lip Liner. I'm going to outline and I'm going to color in. And we do that for a couple different reasons. first of all, the trend of that liner line being seen and identified is not what we want. That's not the trend. But also, we do it because this is a waterproof lip liner. It ain't going nowhere. And so when your lip gloss will wear out first, and then your lipstick will go, and then what's going to be left behind? The last thing you want is a rim around your lips. You want a solid lip. So fill in that. And I love rose lip liner. I think it's my favorite. But here we could do Hushed Blush or Mauve Crush or Very Raspberry. Like you could do, that's why I love this eye. You can do anything with the lips, literally anything. But Trademark Pink is, if you're a summer and you haven't tried it, I never tried it either. It's kind of outstanding. It is my favorite. It looks like I've never even opened it before I started using it. I'm like, that looks so Pinkie Pie. I don't want to be a Pinkie Pie. It is me. It is perfect. But I want to add a little bit of shimmer and shine in this bronze look. So I'm going to put Sheer Illusions over the top. And so I'm getting the bronze shine on my lip in a pink way with my brown shine and my bronze eye. Isn't that fun? So you can do so many different things depending on your season. Like I said, any lip is going to rock with this. Like you could do bright, you could do soft, you could do nude. And, really the only people that could do a nude are more my autumn girls, that nude brown. Winters, absolutely not. Springs, no. Summers can maybe get away with it if it's the right kind of nude. So there you go. Marcia, great question. If you're a summer, can you use a new bronzer? It's not our best, I will tell you. Now, do I use it sometimes? Yes. It's, like I said, not my best, but let me show you if I do use it. So I have the medium glow right here. And if I do use it, it is going to be on a look like this. It's going to be on an intentional bronze look that, that I'm intentional about. So I would take it and I'd put it on my cheek brush and I would go over that whole section of my cheeks. Now, because it's a bronzer, you don't want to go around the outside of your face. That's for contour. Contour is matte and bronzer is shimmery. So if I put it around my hairline or put it on my nose, I watch reality TV at the gym. Just go with it. It's a thing. And I'm looking at this girl, and you know, they spend like 7 hours doing their makeup, and they're doing interviews and their nose contouring and all this, and she's contouring her nose with bronzer. And it looks real dirty because she's got the wrong color of bronzer. It's too dark for her, but it's shimmery. So all that did was just emphasize her nose, which is, I know not what she wanted to do. It's awful. So contour is matte, and it defines, it adds structure, it adds dimension. Bronzer is shimmery and glowy. It adds lift, it adds a warm glow. They are not the same thing, okay? They are not the same thing. So bronzer right through here, you can do like the tips of your nose like that if you wanted to. And it is a trend right now to kind of do cheeks and bronzer right through there. That's fine. But contour is that bone structure underneath the cheekbone, around your face, jawline, sides of nose. That's all contour work. So great question, because that was fun. And now I got a little medium glow on my face. So tell me what you guys are going to try. I always want to know what you learn, and then what are you going to try that's different that you haven't tried before, because that's what I always want to hear about, is new product usage and new things played with. Okay. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Enjoy.